DIMAGA. He's coming in, trying to take down that forge that's not currently researching anything. So he doesn't know this yet, but that's not really going to hurt that much, as I believe he does have another forge elsewhere. There's a tremendous amount of army size moving across the middle of the map. We might see the first huge encounter between these two players, as he did move some of those spine crawlers up to position. And we do see 3 Colossus. These Colossus will be absolutely key. A lot of Zerglings are melting away. The Colossus are remaining alive, which is absolutely pivotal for this battle. Some of the Stalkers blink upwards, and the Stalkers are trying to focus fire on those Mulas, and the Colossus absolutely laying waste to those Zergling and Mulas, not Mulas, the Ultralisk army. And the Mulas will win the ground battle, but these Colossus has already destroyed most of the forces for DIMAGA. DIMAGA will be coming in with additional Ultralisk, but he won't be able to do too much, as he has a lot of those Colossus still, all 3 of them still very much alive. Additional Ultralisk will be coming out very, very shortly. We do see a lot of warpins over here at the lower right gold position for the Stalkers to try to reinforce the Colossus that's going on the high ground. DIMAGA won't be able to do terribly too much against this unit, as he might be able to whack away at some of these Stalkers that's trying to engage. But the Stalkers do blink up at the high ground. Very well played there, even though if he does get Fungal Growth off on the high ground, won't be able to do too much. And that is the first encounter. Both players still reeling from that encounter, but they have macroed up really, really well. 160 against 148. Still a very, very close battle. And we do see a pack of Stalkers moving up to the 9 o'clock position, as some of the Ultralists will try to pack them in and whack them away. Fungal goes off, that's why the Stalkers can no longer move, and these Ultralists will eat those Stalkers for dinner. That is a delicious dinner of metal and things glowing in the night. And it looks like DuckloadRa will be retreating here, but he does have a lot of Colossus moving through the map. These Colossus will be accompanied by Stalkers, so he should be able to do a very, very nice harassment here. We do see, a Dark Shrine coming out for DuckloadRa. Dark Shrine is very, very useful, especially against Ultralists, because Ultralists are big and they're ginormous, and they will also get whacked away by those. And we see a double harassment. We see a drop inside the base, and we see another attack here from DIMAGA. We'll be able to take out, oh man, look at those burning drones. That is burning. Fire burning on the dance floor. Hey. And these Colossus will be able to take down this base, as the Stalkers are moving up to lay waste to the 9 o'clock position. A lot of troop movements in the middle of the map, but the troop will arrive a little bit too late, as he has killed off a lot of those drones. But these Stalkers can still blink away if they blink. Hey, they blink away. Nicely done there. The Infestor does get eaten right away by the Colossus, as we do see additional drops occurring on the map, and there's a lot of Corruptors coming to kill off these Colossus. Colossus will die very, very quickly to Corruptors, as well as Ultralisk. He does survive, but he has lost his 9 o'clock position, and he lost a lot of drones over here. If we take a look at the income tab, both players still very, very close, and as the Protoss player was attacking that time, he has expanded as well, so we're seeing a very even game. Ooh, he snipes off a dropship over there. Will hurt his opponent quite a little bit, as I think it was packed with Stalkers. And we take a look over here, we see a lot of the Ultralists coming through the middle. That is about 10 Ultralists coming through, and a lot more Corruptors. And looks like he has an observer here, but nothing there to drop right now. He has a lot of Colossus going into his base. These Ultras are moving to the south position, and some of these Colossus really need to get on high ground. They will get on high ground, but the Corruptors will be able to take them down really, really fast. The Colossus are dying left and right, and these cannons will be able to hold up a little bit, but won't be able to really stop the Zerg player from doing too much. And we see a lot of Dark Templars. Dark Templars are being warped in, and look at these Ultralists die. They become orange, they become red, and then you don't see them anymore. It's the magic of the Dark Templars. And the final Ultralisk is going to also go down. That is a tremendous hit in terms of gas, and we do see that a couple of Colossus were shot down here by the Corruptors, I believe 3 or 4, and DIMAGA will be running a lot of Zerglings to his 9 o'clock position to try to defend against some imaginary Dark Templars. Once you get Dark Templars, your opponent is going to be on the defensive, because they're going to be scared unless they have a ton of Overseer all over the map. And if we take a look at the army count right now, we see a slight advantage for DIMAGA, as he's macking up very, very nicely. 128 against 104 right now. Income tab showing he also has an advantage, but the Protoss player will be able to get on 2 bases. He's mining on this base and this base, and there's a couple of Dark Templars over here, but they will go down to the Ultralisk as the Overseers do come over. So that was a very, very nice play by DuckloadRa, but I don't know how long that's going to last because his opponent, DIMAGA, right now has a lot of Overseers on the field. He does have 4 Overseers, and that is a large number of Overseers because usually what you want to do with the Stalkers and the Dark Templars is you want to kill off the Detectors, and then you can pretty much destroy anything you want. That's why DIMAGA has so many Detectors together, bunched up all at once. If we take a look at the army, right now we see a bunch of Stalkers attacking the 9 o'clock position, and some of these Corruptors will show up, but the Corruptors are going to get shot at by these Stalkers as some of the Ultralists are coming. The Ultralists will actually go down to some of those Stalkers. These Corruptors aren't doing terribly much as he really needs to wait for the Stalkers and Ultralists to fight, and the Stalkers are going to blink to the other side that was dropped off by this War Prism. Very, very nice play there. Additional Stalkers coming in here trying to harass the economy of DIMAGA, forcing DIMAGA to rebuild his hatchery over and over again at the gold as well as the 9 o'clock position. We do see these Stalkers blinking away from the Ultralists. Will try to take additional shots from DIMAGA as he actually taken down quite a bit of those Corruptors. I think DIMAGA was a little bit laggy there. That's why he disengaged, even though he could have won that game, won that match up over there at the upper left. And one Dark Templar coming in. It's always annoying to throw a couple of Dark Templars all across the map, and that will force your opponent to spread out his forces. And ooh, this Dark Templar was actually being seen. We do have one Stalker over here, and a couple of Stalkers have blinked around the map, picking away at this hatchery, but these Stalkers will go down. There's a lot of Ultralists, and those Ultralists will make very, very quick work. I think DuckloadRa is behind, but he's still trying really hard. He does have that Dark Templar that has been very, very helpful, and DIMAGA is going to pick up one Ultralist and drop it all over here and say, eat that, you can blink away, but I can be picked up and come with you. And ooh, I think he almost had a chance to blink. 163 versus 113 right now is the count for both these players, but both these players are not very, very strong, as even though they have a huge army size, DIMAGA is only mining off of this base and the upper left and the lower right, whereas DuckloadRa is mining from the 6 o'clock position. He's gonna non-stop send those Dark Templars to their deaths, as there's one Overseer over there, and a couple of units was harassing this base. Will go down to a lot of Ultralists and a lot of Corruptors. And as I was saying, there's 2 base mining happening for the Protoss player versus, it looks like, 2 patches plus almost a base plus, I would call that a third of a base mining. So it's pretty dead even, I would say, in terms of income. Actually a huge advantage for DuckloadRa, as DIMAGA does not have anything saturated at the moment. So even though his opponent does have, ooh, he's gonna get Fungal Growth, ooh, no Fungal Growth, but those Corruptors will take it down. And we do see the Observer is making his way, finally gonna be making some additional Warp Gates and Immortals. Immortals is really exactly what he needs against this huge army of Ultralists. And we see another Colossus, not really what he wants at the moment, as his opponent has a ton of Corruptors, some Stalkers being dropped off in the main base, and I think this is not going to do too much, as they do get picked up. He will be able to pick down one Evolution Chamber, but I think the Evolution Chambers has already finished their upgrades. And if we take a look at the number of gateways, we see it looks like 9 gateways in the May. There's one Dark Shrine over there, and there is simply a lot of action. I believe he has also taken down the spawning pool, or he's making another spawning pool just in case he loses it. He does still have his spawning pool, but another spawning pool is going to be going out for DIMAGA somewhere on the map. And looks like both these players are content to sit over here. He will be doing some drops at the lower right hand corner, and he's also going to be warping in some additional units, trying to hurt the income of DIMAGA further because he still has the lead. And if we take a look at the army size, 181 to 152, we see a huge army moving across the middle of the map because DIMAGA knows some of DuckloadRa's army is stuck, and that Stalker was trying to decide left or right, but he simply cannot decide when that Zergling was picking away. And we see a huge army moving out here for DIMAGA. DIMAGA probably going in for the win. There's a lot of Dark Templars. Those Dark Templars will be able to do quite a bit of damage, as there's still no Detector. Oh, there's one Detector. He really needs to take down this Detector. If DuckloadRa can take down Detectors, it would be tremendous. He's going to aim for a Detector. Detector will go down, and he might be able to defend here, as a lot of Colossus are going to get whacked away by these Ultralists. He really needs more Immortals as this combat is taking place. It looks like the Ultralists are winning, but there's a lot of Dark Templars. The Dark Templars kills off everything, and he will be able to survive this attack. Miraculous survive from the Dark Templars. Very, very nice usage there, sniping the Overseer, keeping control of his half of the map. Very, very nice play by DuckloadRa. and we see more overseers coming. I think he really needs to keep all of his overseers together, because if we take a look at the army count right now, we see a lot of everything, pretty much. A lot of corruptors, a handful of ultralists, and we also see a lot of Dark Templars moving through the middle of the map. I don't really think he should push, because he doesn't really have a huge advantage, but if he can snipe away those overseers, he will be able to win this game. I think that's what he's going to be trying to do here, as he's thinking about pushing into the position of his opponent. He will be going in. A lot of Banelings are being loaded up into those overlords. If he can drop these Banelings on these Dark Templars, that would be absolutely GG. Oh, there is so much green on the field. And he has taken down all of the Dark Templars, and there's still more Banelings on the way. The Banelings are being dropped right on top of the Colossus. Last Colossus does go down. Some of the Zerglings does come in here to clean it up. DuckloadRa does GG out of the game. Man, that was a good game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you like what we see, please do subscribe. Also follow me at Twitter at twitter.com/GGYourface. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next game.